Good evening. This is very exciting. This is one of those moments where doing comedy feels really cool. It doesn't always feel cool. I'll tell you about the least cool moment of my comedy career. It was a few months ago on the way back from a gig on a train. It's one of these trains where there are no plug sockets in standard class, but you can't move for them in first class. I needed to charge my phone to make an urgent phone call, so I crept into first class, not for a permanent upgrade, just for long enough to get me some of that sweet, sweet juice. Stopped by the ticket inspector, asked me to leave. I said, I need to make this phone call, it's very important. We came to a compromise in the end, and the compromise was that my phone could stay in first class, but I could not. Let me tell you, that is a grim, grim 35 minutes from Walton-on-Thames to Waterloo, standing in the nether zone, peering through the glass at your iPhone, enjoying a better quality of life than you can currently afford. Not a very cool person. I went to parties as a teenager, about one a year to keep my hand in. I was a big hit with the parents. Parents loved me. They knew what they were getting from the other boys at their daughters' parties. They were getting red wine stains in the carpet and hormones. They knew what they were getting from me: a box of roses at the start of the night, a hand with the washing up, and a thank you letter in first-class post the following day. I don't like to boast much in my comedy, but I'm not ashamed to say that I write a good thank you letter. Beautiful paper, beautiful handwriting, minimum 2 sides. I would always write my address in the top right-hand corner, just in case any of the mums wanted to write back. They never did, but it's good to give them the option. The date underneath, the classic 6-figure date formation, day, month, year, unless it was an American family, obviously, in which case it was day, month, year, because they've got to learn. Changing the world one letter at a time. It's very exciting. My life's got more exciting recently because I've started seeing a woman. It's very exciting. And she's been seeing me, obviously, that's crucial. 2-directional seeing on a regular basis. Who'd have thought it? Finally! It's taken me a long time in my life, but I've got there. It's very, very exciting. Is she my girlfriend? Yes and no. That's my response and her response, respectively. It's very exciting. I'm not going to talk about the sex itself. I think that's a bit crude. It's quite difficult. It's just a series of things that can go wrong, really. On a good day, you'll pull a muscle. On a bad day, you'll create a life. No, thank you. If I wanted to pull muscles while creating lives, I'd play The Sims on a treadmill. I'll tell you what's exciting is the reaction from other men. I'll tell you about the first night I went back to hers. We kissed at a party. We then shared a taxi from the party. It was a taxi of purely geographical logic. I can't stress that enough. Her flat was halfway between the party and my flat. It made sense. But we never got to my flat. Bit of kissing in the back of the cab. We pull up outside her flat. She says, oh, you can just come and stay the night here if you want. That's not the exciting bit of the story. The exciting bit of the story is getting to say to the taxi driver, actually, mate, we'll both be getting off here if that's all right. You'd understand. You don't understand because you weren't there. It's like Vietnam. You'd have understood if you'd been there. If you'd seen the taxi driver's face, the most amazing mixture of emotions on his face. I think obvious anger at being referred to as mate by a posh child. But also paternal pride in my achievement. I say paternal metaphorically. He wasn't my actual father. My father was not there. My father plays no part in this story, apart from denying it had happened the following morning. But I put him in his place. If it didn't happen, Dad, then who am I writing this thank you letter to? Thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been very exciting. Goodbye.